The Detroit Lions secondary is extremely thin right now ahead of the Tampa Bay game. And they just went out and made a big splash signing here ahead of this matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. And it's a name that you know very well. We're going to talk about that signing and what's going on with the Lions injury report, as well as the cornerback or secondary depth chart, man. Not looking good, but let's get into it right now.
Pressured by Hutchinson, he goes down again!
All right, you guys know the drill, man. Help us out here and subscribe, like this channel, and hey, send it to a friend while you're at it. I don't care if it's a Lions fan, a Lions foe, whoever. Bring them on into the channel, man. Let's have some fun. We're going all the way to the Super Bowl this year, and if you think anything different, don't bother subscribing because that's where we're headed to. Lions all the way, man. Appreciate you guys joining me for this video here. We're going to give you the update on Kendall Fuller. That's right. The Detroit Lions just signed Kendall Fuller. About an hour-ish ago it was announced, maybe 30 minutes ago now. I'm not real sure. But when you talk about experience, obviously Kendall Fuller is a name that Lions fans know well. It has been a name that has been flying around every offseason before the draft. Hey, bring in Kendall Fuller every single season. It seems like the last 3 years or so, and here we are. Kendall Fuller is now a Detroit Lion. At least he's been signed to the practice squad. The good news is when you bring in a 9-year vet like this, well, can't get poached away, right? You got him under contract. He's now part of that vet squad. And we did bring back a couple of other guys, one to the vet squad there. But he's a ball hawk, man. Proven ball hawk, Super Bowl champion. So he's got that bloodline in him, right? He knows how to get these guys there. He's seen just about everything that this league has to offer, right? Just about everything that can be thrown at a corner, he's seen it. Now, he had a pretty rough 2024. Turbulent, I guess would be a good word for it. But he's looking to prove that he still has something left in the tank, and he wants to play with a contender. So let's kind of give you the career snapshot here. Fuller entered the league in 2016 as a third-round pick out of Washington. Now, over the years, he's suited up for Washington on 2 separate stints, 2016 to 2017, and then 2020 to 2023. He was with the Kansas City Chiefs 2018 to 2019, and the Dolphins in 2024. And, well, now he finds himself in Detroit on the practice squad. I have a feeling Kendall Fuller will be up this weekend. Assuming that he can get through all of the conditioning things that Dan and the team want him to get through this week, and that he can get a grasp of the scheme, which shouldn't be that big of a deal for Kendall. They'll probably get him up this weekend. I'm like 95% positive on that one. Along the way, though, he's played 124 games so far, 104 starts. He's racked up 536 tackles, 82 passes defensed, 16 interceptions, and a giant moment for Kendall Fuller came game-sealing interception in the Super Bowl. Was that 54, I believe, Kansas City Chiefs. I believe it was Kansas City Chiefs, man, bringing home the Lombardi. God, I hate the Chiefs. Contract journey for this guy. Rookie deal in Washington was modest, just about $3 million. After being traded to Kansas City, he became a key piece, obviously, of their championship defense. In 2020, Washington brought him back on a 4-year, $40 million deal, paying him like a top 20 corner at the time. And then most recently with Miami, he signed a 2-year, $15 million contract in 2024, but injuries cut that stint short. And he was released this past offseason in a move that saved the Dolphins about $3 million in cap space. Now, in 2024, before the injuries piled up for Kendall Fuller, he was producing at a pretty good clip. He started 11 games for the Dolphins. He posted 50 tackles, 7 pass breakups, a fumble recovery, and a 66.2 PFF grade. While the grade, I mean, it is what it is, right? It was a step down from his usual standard. And that's the thing I like about Kendall Fuller. He has a pretty decent standard in the league. He's averaged somewhere around a 70 or higher in just about every single season since 2017, except for 1 year, maybe 2 years. But last year, obviously, when he was injured, and then 2020 was probably his worst season. But that consistency really speaks to his reliability. And when he's healthy, at least he's fairly reliable. So I would like to know from you in the comments below right now, are you excited about Kendall Fuller becoming a Detroit Lion and giving us some high quality depth now? Hopefully he's up this weekend. I'm pretty positive, like I said earlier, that he will be. We don't really have a whole lot of options left on this squad, unfortunately. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Kendall Fuller, man? Finally, Brad and Dan pull one in that, pretty decent name. We'll see where it heads. I think that we did fairly well this last weekend against the Chiefs. Honestly, when you go back and watch the tape, I really don't think the DBs were that big of a problem. I think that there was some major collapses everywhere else, but we still need some sticky play out of some corners to help the pass rush, to help the linebackers, and Kendall Fuller is here to help us do just that. 2024 was rough for Kendall Fuller. So he suffered 2 concussions last season, and then he had a knee injury in week 16 against San Francisco. That put him on IR, season's done, and then he missed, 6 games, I think, total or something like that season. Miami obviously moved on from him. Like I said, they saved about $3 million. So the question is, or is not really about his skill. It's just whether or not he's going to be durable. That's the biggest question I have for Kendall Fuller. Can he be durable and reliable with the injury side of things? Because injuries have not been his friend, right? He's been fairly banged up throughout his career, but especially last season. His fit in Detroit it is what it is, right? He's primarily lined up as an outside corner. So that's why Detroit's bringing him in right now. Obviously, he's going to have to fill in on one of the outside roles. He's 5'11", 198 pounds, so he's got decent size to him, good range. I think that's exactly where we need the most help. It's not so much in the nickel. Like, we have nickel options, but not having Brian Branch right now, the Lions needed to do something. They had to do something. You're going to be without DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold, most likely Avonte Maddox, and Brian Branch more than likely is out, right? He's already been suspended by the NFL. He's appealing it. It's unlikely that anything is going to change there. So bringing in, Kendall Fuller right now gives the Lions another option on the outside. So immediate veteran option. Obviously, we're really thin. It's not a great time of season for the Lions right now with this injury report and all of the injuries that we're battling. And I still have questions about Kirby Joseph, right? He's been in a lot of pain, and you can see it. Right, the way that he went down versus the Chiefs game, he could barely walk. He's limping, on the back end of the bench there. And what Campbell said is, you just have to weigh every one of those. And so we'll have to do that with Kirby. We'll reassess here. We saw the game the other day. He tried to gut through it, played most of the game, and look, it wasn't his best performance. And he'll tell you that too. He was giving us what he had, so we'll have to reassess. And that's the tough spot to be in. So if you guys remember what I said last week, I said Kirby and Brian at 80%. I'm good that they released around 80%, but I didn't expect the greatest of games from Kirby. I didn't. And I spoke about that a couple of times last week, and clearly it impacted him in this game. What the Lions could really use a healthy dose of right now is Lee McNeil. We need an offensive line pusher. Tyreek has been doing a great job. He's still a rookie, right? He's been doing a great job. DJ's been doing his job, eating up double teams. Aiden's done okay. He could be doing a lot better. AQM's been doing okay. He could be doing a lot better. But look, if you don't have the ponies in the back and the secondary to help you out in the front, there's really not many defenses, that can do what we've been doing. As a top 10 defense so far throughout this season, look, we can't ask for much more. But here's the good news, okay? Davenport, Aleem, Malcolm Rodriguez, unsure about Pascal, but at least those 3 guys right now are headed to this lineup in short order. Lee McNeil we're probably going to see this weekend. I think that's probably what the goal's going to be, at least to get him in, 15, 20 snaps-ish or so. Obviously, Dan Campbell said the last 2 weeks he's looked good. He's getting more comfortable. Legs are under him. He's physically ready. So I think we're all hopeful. Now, he's kind of joking around, playing a little bit with the whole percentages, but I think he's going to play. He was asked today if he was going to play, and his comment was, "I'd love to believe so." He said, I would be 58, 52, 48, 58, just kind of laughing a little bit. He says, "I don't know. We're getting closer, but I'm starting to feel pretty good." Obviously, with Terry and Arnold and Avonte Maddox, Arnold with the shoulder, Avonte Maddox with the hamstring, they're both going to miss, or they both miss the Chiefs game. And per Dan Campbell today, both are expected to miss Monday's game against the Bucks. So not great, right? Dan Campbell said this, quote, "I think they're both probably return after the bye. Give them some time, let things settle down. But the good news is Marcus Davenport coming back. He's spent his 4 games on injured reserve. They're going to give it a couple more weeks and get him back after the bye week. Malcolm Rodriguez is in the same boat. They're also hoping to get him back and get him to start rolling out there a little bit after the bye week. So, hey, we're depleted in the secondary, but we got some good options coming back to help this defensive line start pushing forward. And that is your update on the Detroit Lions and the injury report for, what is today, man? October 14th. Time's flying. And you guys made it to the end of the video, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for being part of Rockdown Detroit Lions, because you are the best part of Rockdown Detroit Lions. You're the only reason why I'm in this chair right now. So please smash that subscribe button, like it, hype it, send it to a friend, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Pressured by Hutchinson. He goes down again.